Now we find and we see that everyone, almost everyone, has an idea of who God is in their mind. And if you go about and ask people and talk to people, everybody will give you their version or their idea of God, what and who they think God is. And most people think that God is a who, not a what. And also many people believe that God is a he, not a she. Okay? And everyone has this idea of who or what God could be, or God is, or what God should be. And in our minds, somehow we think that we know what God is. And we have all these different ideas, these different perspectives and about what God is. And is it really true? Is it really God that we know in our minds? First of all, we should know that God cannot be known by the mind. The human mind cannot know God, because God is too big. God is too infinite. God is infinite. God is even bigger than infinite. Even the word infinite cannot describe God. No word can describe what God is. Even if we say God is infinite, or God is love, or God is this, or God is that, that is not God. Words can never ever be sufficient to tell what God is. Okay? So, and even if you use these pronouns of what and who and she and he and it, those also are not sufficient enough to tell about God. Okay? Because even the word God is not God. Okay? Just like the word spoon is not spoon. Just like the word chair is not chair. Okay? The word chair somehow brings the idea of chair, but it is not chair. Okay? So the word God is not God. The word Allah is not God. The word Jesus is not God. God is the one that is nameless. God is nameless. And if we could give God a name, then I think all names could be the name of the name of God. Okay, we fight over names. We say this is the name of God. God is the name of God. Allah is the name of God. That is the name of God, and we are the ones that have the correct name of God. And God has no specific name, but we could say that all names are the names of God, because all things proceed out of God. Okay, all things are created by this substance. All things are formed by this and out of this substance that we have called God. So every name and every thought, every form, it is God. Okay, but it cannot describe God, because it is only a tiny little face or revelation of God. Okay, so when we think that God is this or God is that, we are not really correct, because God cannot be only this, God cannot be only that, but God is all. Okay, so all names are the names of God, not just specific name. All thoughts, God, not just one specific thought. And so when we have these ideas, we have different ideas of God. Everybody has their own idea, their own thoughts about God, and we think that our ideas and our thoughts about God are God. They are only thoughts and ideas about God. They are not God. Okay? So when we have this God before us that we worship, that we sing to, that we pray to, that we beg to bless us. And then we think that that is God. It is only an idea of God. So most people dedicate their lives to worshiping and praying and serving an idea of God. Okay? It is only an idea that we have projected out there, and we think that that is God. Those are only ideas about God. Those are only thoughts about God. God is too big to be contained in an idea or in a thought or in a description or in a word. Okay? God is the one that has brought forth that idea and that word and that thought and that description. He has given, like he has given birth to it, but he is not it. Okay, so many people dedicate their lives, their entire lives, worshiping an idea of God, serving an idea, following an idea, dedicating their life, their whole life to an idea. And they are ready to defend that idea to death. They are ready to kill another person. They are ready to deny and reject and insult and abuse other people because of an idea that they have in their mind. And they think that this idea is God. This is just an idea. It is not God. Okay. And now we have built religions and we have built temples and churches and all these things upon these ideas. And we say that this is God and this is the one we are going to worship. And we dedicate and we give and we hate because of these ideas. These are merely ideas, they are not God. God is the one that cannot be contained in a thought, in an idea, in a temple or in a mosque or in a church. God is the one that cannot be contained in our descriptions, okay, in our words, okay. It is wrong to say that the word God is God. The word God is not God. It is just a word that we are using to try to explain something that we do not know, we do not understand. The mind of man does not know God, does not understand God. It can never know God and it can never ever understand God. God can only be known when we let go of these ideas and our thoughts and we go beyond them and to this place of just experience. And then we merely experience. And it is this experience that we cannot even describe. We cannot describe an experience of God. We can only experience it. So when we let go of all these ideas of God, of all this working and trying so hard to know and to understand, then when we reach a place where there is no trying, there's no ideas, there are no thoughts about God, and just letting go and being free and allowing the experience of whatever is, because experience, that is the only God there is. Okay, so ideas are not God, thoughts are not God. God is too big to be held in ideas and descriptions and names and thoughts.